welcome back. Well, last of the fences going in, hopefully that'll be done today. But yeah, we got about 5 millimeters, 5.5 millimeters out of that rain. That was another letdown, because 2 days before we were forecast 8 to 25 millimeters, and every hour we got closer they just scrubbed it back and back and back. But as I said in the last episode, we did go out and spread about 100 hectares with urea, some wheat and some barley, so it's nice to get a few millimeters to wash that in, and we'll just sit back patiently again and hope a big one's on the way soon. So yeah, I just got to do a quick parts run this morning, got a few things to pick up for the sprayer, so we'll go do that. It is just a wintry old morning out there, isn't it? But I'll tell you guys what, I have to say this is just about the wettest dry start to a season I've ever seen, because what I mean by that is if you look back on my rainfall chart, all the different rainfall events that I've written down, we've been getting precipitation, some form, on average every 3rd day since the start of June. So it's just not amounted to anything. Like, it's just been like 1 millimeter here, 2 millimeters there. Yeah, it's just frustrating. There's rain out there, but we're not getting under them. You just got to go a little bit further south, and they've been doing quite well. So it is what it is, but I'm glad we got that 5 mil to wash that urea in, so that's good news. And yeah, we've been talking about how would we quantify this start to the season, and it'd probably be like a 1 in 20 year start to a season. So maybe comforting to know that you've only got to deal with a handful of these in your life, but it doesn't make it any easier nonetheless. So I got to go in and get some insecticide and some herbicide. I thought while I'm on my way in there, we'll get rid of a few of those old 110s and tidy the joint up a little bit. Alright, that's all sorted. Quick trip to the bank. Alright, well, all that nonsense is out the way now. You know, we definitely have our go times as farmers, but there's times where we get to coast as well. So I didn't really want to do it today, but I picked up a bit of stainless steel tubing for the sprayer, and I really need to put that on the sprayer because, well, I need to use it. I've got some bugs I need to spray out, and yeah, I just want it ready. So I'm gonna go and do it now. I was hoping to not do it today, but the sooner I get it out of the way, the sooner it's off my mind. And I've just got my jacket out because I swear it's getting colder as the day goes on today. But yeah, I think that fog kept it kind of mild, and now there's a bit of breeze. I was thinking I'd just knuckle down and get stuck into a whole heap of post-seeding cleanup, because I haven't really done much with the tractor yet. I've just sort of been sitting around waiting to make sure most of the crops are going to come out of the ground, but it's kind of time. I need to start getting through it, but my conscience has got the better of me, and I need to have this thing sorted out. That's really my main priority, closely followed by the spreader. Alright, this is it here. I'll just double check that that's going to be our right spacing, because the holes on the ends are a little bit different. I'll put some sealant on that in a sec, and I'll wind him in. Beautiful. Let's throw a couple of nozzle bodies on here just so we can try and line this up when it's tight, or when we finish tightening it up. It's looking pretty good, just a hair more, I think. Alright, so I got the alignment pretty right, I think. This is the last nozzle body, I I think I've got the alignment pretty right at the moment. This is the last nozzle body to go on here. So this stainless here, this 1-inch tube, this is the main tube that takes all the product to your nozzles, obviously. So what happened to it? Well, let's just say that it no longer lives. But yeah, they're all on. I might fold this out now because I need to get the gap right between. I'll show you guys. So there's 2 different sections here. So at the moment they're looking probably a little bit too close. Have to put that other nozzle body back on, but I just have to measure between these 2, and if I need to I can slide this section down that way and then tighten up my U-bolts down there, and yeah, this will be on then. Now the sun's poking out from behind that tree back there. I'm starting to get hot. I'm going to have to take my jacket back off. It just hasn't felt like an overly cold winter so far. There's been some moments, but yeah, all in all, from what I'm used to from being around here, I guess it helps when it doesn't rain that much. So that kind of stops it from being quite so cold. So that's sitting at under 9 inches now. So this section has to go that way about an inch, a bit over an inch. So that's why I wanted to measure it. In the last episode, I said I was putting taps on these sections. This is exactly why this side's so bad. I mean, I've cleaned some of it out already, but it gets built up like that inside there, and then, yeah, it doesn't go anywhere. You can't get it out. When it just has a stainless steel cap over the end, it's in there, and it's never coming out. Oh my! Oh my! That was spicy. I'm all about the nozzles. And it's starting to rain. You know, we're actually a chance of a shower of rain every day for like the next 7 days. And 3 or 4 of those days we're 1 to 5 mil. So that's why I want to get this sprayer going, because tomorrow might be my only day. I got loose and flea and some vetch, and I want to go spray it. Otherwise it might be getting a little bit too damp and sticky out there. Oh, there we go. Who would have thought that this eyesore of a pile of scrap would have been so much fun for a couple of kids?
This isn't a pile of scrap, this is Peter's house.
Ah, is it? What are you cooking?
Some soup there.
Yeah, it looks like soup.
Yeah.
Pea soup with your peas that grew?
Yeah, oh yeah, you got some peas growing there.
Yeah, those are my peas.
Yeah.
Growing.
Just watch your head there, Fred.
Yeah, we are.
Alright, that bit of stainless is on, all our nozzle bodies are on, everything's lined up. Now I did go along, I ordered a whole heap of these blanking caps for anywhere that I don't have a nozzle. Because otherwise, without something on there, that's just open and stuff can go into this nozzle body, and I swear that was half the problem with these not wanting to turn over time. So I've put blanking caps wherever I can. I didn't have enough seal rings, because when they sent me these, they were supposed to send me seal rings, and they didn't. So that's another one for the for the incorrect spare parts or the spare parts stuff up counter. So anyway, I've done that. I did also measure between these, all these different sections, just to make sure the gap between these were right, and some of them weren't. Different sections of the boom were not, of the stainless were not right. Like, I think this one was quite a bit too narrow, so I've spaced them back out. It's all looking good. But the agronomist just rang me and he said, hey, I'm going on holidays for a couple of weeks here soon. Is there anything you want me to have a look at it? And I said, well, if you're going away for that long, then yeah, there probably is a couple of things I wouldn't mind your opinion on. So he said, I'm 5 minutes away. I'm going to come there right now. We'll go have a look at it and get it out of the way. So that's going to throw the rest of my arvo out, but that's all good. We'll knock that off. You going to give us a hair flick today or not?
Yeah, mate. Whatever gets the ratings.
Well, good morning everyone. It is another very wintry morning out here, but I think I've got this thing completely ready to go now. which is absolutely wonderful because I think, like I said, I got to spray some lucerne flea out of some vetch, and I think today might be my only chance for about the next week because of the forecast with just showery rain on and off. So yeah, I just had the respirator on this morning because look, it was water in the tank, but I had insecticide in there last, so I just didn't really want to be breathing too much of that in. But yeah, with the change in the forecast, they were sort of giving us the odd chance of showers, but they've increased it. Like I said, it's sort of 1 to 5 mil every day for about 4 days. Thinking we need to get out and get a bit done today. Went out with the agronomist yesterday, as you guys know, and he said, yeah, the canola's probably ready for a shot of urea, and there's some more barley that would be ready for it. So we are a chance of a shower of rain today after this fog goes, but not very high. So I'm hoping it'll just dry out enough that it's not too tacky out in the paddock. We can get out and spray that insecticide out, and then yeah, we might get back on the spreader, and yeah, weather permitting, we might go and chuck another couple of loads of urea out. Well guys, this is not at all what I thought I would be filming when I picked up the camera yesterday, but sometimes you just got to go where the farm takes you. Conditions change, weather forecasts change, and yeah, you just got to do what you got to do, become adaptable. But it is Saturday today, so I did just take the girls, well, I've been gone for a couple of hours, took the girls out for a baby chino at the cafe, and just relaxed a little bit, but let that morning fog burn off a bit and dry up a bit. But now's as good a time as ever to get out and get this lucerne flea sprayed, so we'll go do that. Now, before we get spraying, hopefully the camera will pick up the damage on those leaves there. So apparently the agronomist said that's lucerne flea, and I have to believe him because probably the last couple of years when we've had wheat and barley in here, he said the same thing in this paddock. We've had lucerne flea in here, but if the crop's in early enough and it's up and it's bulky enough, it'll tend to outgrow it. But it's just such a bad start to the year and everything's so far behind that little bit of damage is going to set the plants back even further, and like, we just can't afford to have that at the moment. I'd rather not come out here and spray an insecticide. I'd rather just let the plant try and beat it naturally and grow out of it, but it's just not going to happen at the moment. Like, that's going to set the plant back so much. It's kind of like a human having an antibiotic, me coming out here and doing this. It's a sledgehammer. It's going to wipe out everything that's good and bad, but my hands are tied. What am I going to do? I've got to try and protect this crop at the moment so it can grow and do what we want it to. Yeah, I think I will go spreading. Well, yeah, once I'm done up here and organised. Well, Dad just rang and he said, are you going to go spreading urea? And I think I definitely will. It's looking pretty promising, I think, in terms of getting a bit more moisture, and the sun is just starting to poke out from behind the clouds. Hopefully that'll just take a bit of that stickiness away from the top of the dirt, because it is sticky enough out here where we're picking up a little bit of mud and flinging it around. But hopefully it stays like this for the rest of the day, and it just dries that top off enough that we can get out and get into it without flicking too much mud around. But I did look at the mesonet on the Bureau site, and I think they're saying from like even early this evening we're a pretty high chance of rain again. So I might only have a short window later this Savo, but that'll be fine. It won't take me too long to get a couple of loads out, even if I finish in the dark or whatever. That'll be all good. Hello. Oh, come here. You come in too. You guys pretending to have a bonfire. What do you got there? Stone. Very nice. Om nom 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 nom. No, don't eat rocks. almost forgot that I had 10 hectares left in this wheat here that had canola on it last year. When I ran out the other day, I thought I'm not putting more in there, and then, you know, ending up with a bit left in the spreader for 2 weeks or something, because yeah, I was a bit iffy on the rainfall forecast, and I just thought, you know what, we're just going to leave it at 2 full loads and call it at that, and we'll see what the rain does. But I was about to fly around and start doing some barley or some canola, and I thought, geez, I better get in here and finish this first. Alright, that's that little bit done. We'll go back and we'll chock-a-block fill this thing, and we'll move on to the next. Look at that pull up, would you? Right over the centre bar. Can't get it any better than that. Now, because I've got to change the rate, I've got to change these nuisance things around. Alright, here's the barley. So she's not very big yet, but big enough certainly to have a shot of urea. So we're going to do this side of the hill here. We're going to jump over into the other paddock, which is canola on the side of the hill. Both of these paddocks are only about 15-20 hectares, only small. Got the creek running down here through the middle, so we're going to go an outside lap around here to get to the canola, and then we'll have to up our rate a bit, do the canola over there, come back out of there, finish this, and then we'll have to go back home and fill up, go back around there and do the flat, which is also canola. Sound like a plan? It's a plan. I've already done the flat here that's got barley on it. I already spread that before the last rain, so it's good. Getting ahead of the curve. I think the neighbours' cows think that I've come to feed them. Well, unless they're on a diet of urea, I won't say that, they're definitely out of luck. Gotta watch my tongue. Alright, so here's our canola. It's still very, very small, but once again, as I've said how many times, we put our seed and our fert down the same chute at seeding time, so especially with canola, it's a very small seed. Very easy to damage it with too much fertiliser. And canola loves to be fed. We're going to feed it nice and early. It's good, the ground's still pretty damp here, so even if we don't end up getting much rain over the next few days, it won't take much, and it'll suck that urea straight in. Some people probably watch and go, that's crazy, I can't believe you're spreading urea on that canola already. But nah, we got to get into it early, get it done. So funnily enough, the light switch stuffed up on this tractor. We got a new one. The old one completely fell apart, but I pulled this trim that goes around the instrument cluster off, and I sat it down here, right down here by the seat, and then I hopped on the seat and I smashed it into a million pieces. So I don't have a trim around here at the moment, and this thing's just rattling and driving me crazy. Instead of it leaning up against the dash here, it ended up leaning back into the seat, and then of course I hopped on the seat and the rest is history. So all in all, I'm happy enough with the stand of canola. There's plenty of numbers there. There's definitely some spots on the heavier ground where it probably hasn't germinated the best. I sort of had to walk a tightrope at the time. I was trying to get the seed in so it would stay in moisture, but inevitably on some of that heavier, darker soil, the bar just rips in a bit more. And yeah, maybe buried a little bit of it too much, but yeah, like overall it all looks really good, and it should make a good crop if it gets some rain one day. I was just very nervous when I was seeding it because it was such marginal moisture, and I thought I don't want it too shallow because I don't want it to have a germination and then run out of moisture. But I can't put it in too deep because canola seed's absolutely tiny. So yeah, it was a challenge for sure. But a wise young farmer once told me that canola seed is a lot tougher than what you give it credit for. And I got to agree with him, it really is. I've seen some stuff come up which I maybe thought wouldn't. So yeah, it's very impressive. Quick rate adjustment and back into the barley. Well, that's another one done. Not that you guys can see me. Alright guys, that's another one done and dusted. Let's get out of here, eh? Last night's rainfall after spreading that urea, so that should wash it in very nicely, but I'm going to leave this video here now, so just want to say thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, or don't. See ya.